Extracurricular activities, these can really help to develop your skill set, they can really help to set you apart from other candidates, and some of them are just very, very easy to get involved in. So there's little excuse if you send off a CV or an application and you have only a very small number of experiences to show what you've been doing with your time. So do you want to take positions of responsibility?
Yeah, so one example is in my second university I helped to launch a new forum at University of Warwick which was during the International Women's Week, which was a forum on women's issues in terms of the corporate world, because it was something that me and a couple of friends were quite interested in, and we realised there was nothing on it and the week was already being acknowledged at university. So that put me in a position of responsibility because I was the one responsible to secure sponsorship and keep up the finances. And again, that's just something where I got to meet a lot of different people from different firms, got experience in calling up and understanding how to pitch things, and just work in a team generally.
I think it's important not always just to see extracurricular activities as something you have to do, but something you should enjoy doing anyway. I mean, with the range of opportunities available, recruiters will expect people going into the top city careers to have that kind of background. A lot of people can have great grades, schools and universities on their CVs, but what can really set you apart is you taking your passion or something you're really interested in doing to a higher level, or even just doing it because you really enjoy it. So I'm sure these guys can testify I'm no great golfer, but I really enjoy it, and I'll be out there playing rain or shine whenever I get the chance. And it's something that really helps you connect with an interviewer, and you never know when your passions might align, and you never know when you might be able to make a great connection, make a great impression on someone as a result of a shared interest.
I think furthering on from that as well, by doing extracurricular activities at university shows that you're able to do stuff outside of work and how you're able to juggle your university workload and your societies and extracurriculars. And also in interviews, it's key to sort of draw on your extracurriculars in your competencies, because I think if you just draw on what you've done at university without extracurricular, I think it'd be much more difficult in order to get that end job. And I've done all sorts of things, very varied, and I think it just sort of shows again that there's no excuse not to get involved with so many societies on campus.
Thanks. I mean, Rory and I played in the same five-a-side football team, and that came up in interviews, I think. And just don't limit yourself. I was helping one person out with an application, and they had the position of president of ice hockey at the university, but because that didn't relate to a commercial city firm, or they didn't think it did, they hadn't even included it anywhere on their application. And things like that are great. They really say something about you as an individual. You can see some of the examples on the PowerPoint, so I won't go through them all. But don't think something's irrelevant as long as you've gained something from it.
I think it's also, if you still have the chance at university, trying new things is also something that impress interviewers. I mean, at my first year at university, I tried everything from lacrosse to salsa, which I unfortunately wasn't too good at, but at least it shows that you are keen to learn new things and keen to build new interests. So I, for instance, got really involved in the climbing club, even though I only tried it a couple of times before coming to university, and ended up being the one helping next year to train new members. So again, just things out that you might think you're interested in, just go ahead and try. You don't have to be excellent at it to be able to use it as an example of extracurricular activities. It's just showing, as Jake's time, everyone's touched on, you're doing something with your time and that you're an interesting person.
Yeah, I got rejected from the men's football team my first week at university, but it didn't stop me then forming a five-a-side team and playing casually, and that was still good enough to develop skills from. One other thing we should mention though is if you are in a situation where you have to work part-time to help fund your way through university, this is really important to mention as well. This still counts as something extracurricular. It still shows work ethic, drive. You still develop skills from it. So don't think it has to be something sporty or music related or whatever it may be. Like, that can still be something that's very significant in your life that you talk about at interviews. And yeah, it shows that you're an interesting person, so you can fit in with the firm culture. You're going to interact well with employees, and as Neil mentioned, it can be a good basis for discussion. I'm sure you've had lots of golf conversations. Hopefully less Arsenal related conversations. Okay.